now.
Welcome back. We've got our third match of the day on stream. We've got Bikini Bottom Boys on the blue side, and LOLCAT NUNCHUCKS is back on the red side. We've already got our first couple of bans out of the way with Graves and Fizz ban for Bikini Bottom Boys and a Nautilus ban for LOLCAT NUNCHUCKS.
The Fizz ban, you hardly ever see that one. People usually just try to deal with it as best they can, but maybe they just don't like the fish.
Could be a target ban at Raw Fish, who
It's
has Fizz as... Yep. I'm assuming that's a target ban there.
I like it. Look at the Shen ban come out too. Get rid of some team fight CCing champs here.
Also some crop map pressure.
True.
Another ban at Echo. I'm assuming this Raw Fish guy is also probably good at Echo, because we saw that in the last game that he was in too, I believe.
I believe you're right. The Ashe ban coming out too. This might be a theme here. I think Ashe might just be a really good champ right now.
Let's see who they pick up as their first. Thresh, not giving too much away there. Solid first pick. And I would imagine that they'd probably pick up a jungler or a top laner first here. The Mordekaiser is available for LOLCAT NUNCHUCKS. I believe they found great success with that in their first game. Oh, they opted instead for the Caitlyn. Ooh, Caitlyn Morgana. Really solid duo lane partner down there in the bot lane.
Yeah, good follow-up with each other along with great anti-Thresh abilities with that Morgana Black Shield.
And it is locked in.
Nice. Strong duo coming from the LOLCAT NUNCHUCKS side.
Kaisa is an answer. Looking for some potential late game scaling? No. Kaisa not going to be picked up. Looks like it is going to be an Ezreal instead.
Ezreal, nice safe pick. Can stay away from those nasty Morgana bindings. See what their third pick is here.
Kennen, interesting.
Super solid team fighting and a lane bully up top lane if that's where he goes.
And of course, with Kennen, Morgana Black Shield doesn't mean much.
True. Ken will burn through that pretty quickly and apply the CC regardless.
Calio picked up as well.
Alright, let's see what these last two bands are. 4 bands are.
I would imagine to see some more mid lane focus with this bands, or maybe some junglers banned out. As I'm pretty sure all these.
The shadows.
There's the Kayn ban for the jungle.
Kayn's a good band just because he's so versatile. You could go Assassin or Red Kayn, which is pretty nasty with CC and sustaining fights.
The Gragas is also taken off.
Great jungler, great early game jungler, can supply a lot of gank potential early. Fiddlesticks. Oh man, I wish I could see Fiddlesticks in one of these games. He's a very fun champ to see.
I return to my training.
Like, get rid of the flashy guy, Lee Sin himself.
Oh, unfortunate. Lee Sin does offer a lot of fun plays. Good setup, good follow-up, all around a solid pick in the jungle. Especially for a carry-style jungler. Kha'Zix, speaking of carry-style junglers, this is that's a statement if I've seen one.
I love the Kha'Zix pick. Always fan of the bug. Always fun to see an assassin make plays happen. A lot of early game potential. Hecarim could be a very solid pick here. Could disrupt a lot of fighting. At least also a strong early game pick. That Cocoon can be devastating. Especially with a ganking top. The Kennen there. Let's see what they pick mid here.
It also kind of nullifies Kha'Zix's dual potential in the jungle with her spider form, as she does get her little spiders around her, removing Kha'Zix's isolation threat.
Also true. That's a good counterpick into Kha'Zix.
Ooh, and the choo-choo train. It is locked in. We've got some interesting team comps here. Let's talk win conditions for a second. How does Bikini Bottom Boys win here on blue side?
I have concerns about the lack of tank they have. They don't have much in way. They just have a lot of engage with like the cannon, potential Thresh hooks, but in the Elise cocoon. But other than that, man, if they're in for the long haul, I don't think they may not win this one.
Well, they don't have the traditional tank, it's true, but they do have a lot of poke. They have a lot of safe, long-range poke, and they do have strong individual duelists who can wave clear relatively safely and easily, and apply a lot of side lane pressure here. I don't think you go for a straight-up 5v5 kind of style fight that they have drafted, with the champions they've drafted. I think you do try to split their attention. However, with the Kha'Zix, that might be a little bit riskier, so we might be looking at more of a 3-2 game here. On the side of LOLCAT NUNCHUCKS, they do kind of want to just straight up team fight and have the Kha'Zix pick off anybody who's running or coming late to the team fight, making a cannon flank a little bit more dangerous. However, it is cannon, and anybody trying to duel a cannon with his cooldowns up is can be in for a rude awakening.
True, yeah. The LOLCAT Nunchuck, they definitely want to fight, grind it out, have those long fighty games, utilizing those tankiness stats on Sion and Galio, and have Kha'Zix Caitlyn clean it up.
If Bikini Bottom Boys manages to split this correctly, though, they should be able to eventually move the Ezreal Thresh to the mid lane, have the Elise there for counter engage, and keep Kennen and Jace both in a side lane, pressuring continuously. And they're both safe enough champs to run away on. You can't really lock them down super easily without a lot of setup. So as long as Bikini Bottom Boys keeps their vision relevant throughout the game, they might be okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. They definitely have to tiptoeing with the Bikini Bottom Boys is definitely going to have to be a bit of a careful walk for them, just because if they mishap, there's a lot of engage and coming in on the LOLCAT Nunchuck side. But I mean, anything's possible. I definitely favor the LOLCAT Nunchucks team comp over theirs.
You know, I would love to see Bikini Bottom Boys pull this out. Actually, I really like the style of draft that they have stuck with. We'll just have to see if their gameplay follows up with their draft and what they've picked. Because in a straight up 5v5, I think they're going to struggle unless they manage to get an early lead and snowball out of control. But if they come out of laning phase even, they're not really a team that's looking to team fight big. They've got the counter engage with Kennen. You might actually see Kennen group up with the mid lane with Ezreal and Thresh and just be there as that threat of counter engage, because you don't really want a turret dive a Kennen. And you might see Jace off in the side lane poking and pushing on his own.
That's true. They do have, I guess, small group team fights like Kennen, Jace, Kennen, Elise, Jace and Elise. They got good combos in there. Definitely strong. We'll see how they do. I'm very curious. Lane phase is going to be very important for this team. Bikini Bottom Boys has to at least maintain, a level playing field if they want to continue.
For this type of team to really kind of excel, they really have to be on top of their vision game. So I'm curious to see if they can if they're up to the task.
Yeah, for sure. They have to control the line of scrimmage here. Make sure nothing gets out of control, because the strong engage on the LOLCAT Nunchucks team. Silent ults out of seemingly nowhere. Galio taunts. Morgana bindings. They just gotta be careful.
For sure. Oh, and we have a Pulsefire Thresh Prestige Edition skin as well. I really love that skin, actually.
Flexing the skins for sure.
And we're getting into the game here. Fix my frames a little bit.
I believe Baby Powder played Graves earlier today, and he had a very strong showing. Let's see if he can match that other performance.
On another carry style jungler. Got some early pings going out from both teams here. They're all grouping up. We might be looking at an invade for both teams.
Oh, is this the first invade here of the day?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
They're playing safe, make sure no one steps out.
Kha'Zix starts to move towards red. Looks like they were looking for the early invade. They didn't see it. Curious to see if Bikini bottom goes for a late invade, as LOLCAT Nunchucks does spread out.
Minions have spawned.
Could supply an advantageous position here, but they may just play it safe.
Kha'Zix did back and get his sweeper, so he is looking for that early pressure.
Smart play on his part.
And he did ensure that his red did not get... They did not start his red. Look at out of my yard. With the early invade. I think he was looking to take away that cheeky blue. He warded out. He knows where Elise is starting now. She is not blue side. However, as he saw Kennen walk past, he decided not to offer that blue, which I think ultimately was smart. However, if he'd waited, he might have actually been able to sneak it away, because Kennen did not ward or check the bush. Fairly standard start so far from both junglers.
Just clearing things, getting leveled up here.
Some free trade going on to Taka here in the bot lane. Ooh, and the fast Jace combo there. That was a quick 1-2.
Galio traded pretty well going back into it. Galio going Aftershock, playing pretty safe here. Just have to be careful with the Jace. He can output a lot of damage very quickly.
With the Aftershock, it tells me that he's planning on going a little tankier than the AP Galio mid. Manages to trade up back pretty decently, and actually chunks... Oh, the flash past the minions. Not going to be quite enough. He is actually going to walk out of that. He does have to burn the flash, but it keeps himself alive, and he'll have to recall as well.
Close gank on Bikini bottom boy's side. He almost pulled it off.
A flash for a flash. We'll have to see if Godsent on the Jace here can take advantage of that summoner spell being gone.
Flash down, but his ignite is also gone. The Jace usually has more than enough damage to secure kills.
And everybody's coming down here for this. This might be first blood. They do manage to... Oh, and first blood goes over to Raw Fish on the Galio.
Oh, good rotations on their part. Stayed calm, played the game.
Kenya was unfortunately unable to rotate down quite as fast as Out of My Yard, as Out of My Yard was pushed up, making it not safe for Kennen to follow. Ooh, and the hook onto the Caitlyn. She's actually going to be dead there, and Morgana's probably dead here too, actually. So Bikini Bottom does get the double. They are going to get a return kill. Oh, he stays alive.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Bikini Bottom does reply in the bot lane. Fantastic.
The game is back to a dang near tied gold lead. Tied gold.
The farm is pretty even across the board too.
Slight advantage in the jungle towards Kha'Zix.
And the teleport does come out from out of my yard and the Scion in the top lane.
Yep, trying to keep pressure back on Kennen.
And we go back to our quiet farm fest. Scion actually one of the few melee characters that farms relatively safely into ranged characters like Kennen or Quinn or Teemo.
Yeah, Teemo too. He's a very good champ. He has a good kit into farming, playing safe and whatnot. And late game, he's a monster.
He's just a brick wall, and he already is becoming. Oh, never mind. We'll get back to that. Rawfish does dodge down towards the enemy jungle to try to get away here.
Looking
Might have
for
been the wrong way.
We'll see where he goes here. Chicken back up. Kha'Zix coming down for
That
backup.
patience on the taunt, though. Kha'Zix does come in for and he manages to save his mid laner too. That was some patience from Rawfish.
Yeah, he. Wow, I'm very impressed by that. That was good moves on his part. Good plays. He knew Kha'Zix was coming down. He held the line. Good on LOLCAT Nunchuck for pulling that off.
Definitely waited out the entire duration of the taunt. If Bikini Bottom Boys had waited just another second, they probably would have been able to snag that kill fine, but he managed to get the double taunt.
And Baby Powder again just being at the right place at the right time. Strong showing on his part. Sion's looking for Kennen to keep walking up here.
He is looking to trade very aggressively into this Kennen. Doesn't really seem to care, just wants to get those stacks off, I guess.
Kennen getting the stun, just walking away. Oop, he missed a hook.
Good dodges on both sides.
Ezreal eating some Caitlyn harass there. Ooh, Sion also taking some damage from the turret and the Kennen too.
Ooh, and this is the combo. That is so dangerous. They didn't quite manage to nail it, but if they had, that would be a dead Ezreal right there. Caitlyn just slightly too far back. You saw her try to net shot into that to try to get the distance closed so she could trap in time, but it did not quite go down.
Ezreal does not have any summons, so he should be careful when stepping up into Morgana Caitlyn.
Ezreal did manage to shift himself away to safety here. And Sion's in trouble. He is getting collapsed on from... Oh, is he going to get away here? He's going to just barely squeak out. You can't stop the train.
Good play on his part, ulting away. That ult is on a fairly long cooldown.
It looked like Jace had just shifted too. He didn't have his range form ready. If he had had the ranged auto attack, he probably would have secured the kill there.
Oh, for sure. That bonus auto attack when he just shifts would have definitely secured the kill. But
Gold Gold's still pretty even at this point of the game compared to the games from earlier in the day.
Yep, so far much closer game. Still a 1k gold lead into LOLCAT Nunchuck's favor, but that's not too much.
And again, that's going to be mostly concentrated, I believe, in the jungle.
Yeah, for sure. Kha'Zix doing a good job keeping the lead there. Staying close to mid, always ready to help Galio out.
And even though that Caitlyn has a CS lead on Ezreal, Ezreal is actually competitive with gold because he does have those 2 kills. He actually might be ahead of Caitlyn even.
Morgana missing the binding, Thresh missing the hook.
Actually, Ezreal and Kate are just gold away from each other, about 20 gold apart.
Oh, that close, huh?
Yep. Morgana not really that scared of Thresh here.
Fighting for vision control turns into a fight.
And she might regret that decision.
Morgana taking a lot of damage from Ezreal.
Missed all of her traps. Oh, she's going for it. Oh, and we do have a disconnect in the mid lane.
I love the aggressive flash by Caitlyn. Caitlyn just playing out of her mind.
Unfortunately, she didn't manage to close it. The stopwatch from Thresh does manage to
Oh,
get him away
no.
to safety, and he does secure the kill on the Caitlyn.
I love the aggressive play, but sometimes it doesn't always work out to the full extent.
Very close, though.
Kennen trying to get the stuns off, tap dance around the Scion, eating.
Kennen really wants to protect that ward. Unfortunately, Cyan just does not really care. He kills the ward anyways.
Scion not taking a whole lot of damage from Kennen. He has to be careful there.
He is going to have to back off, however, because Elise did just come up to help their top laner out.
Did the Scion notice? He probably did.
Yeah, his ward's gone. He knows. He's playing safe now. Giving Kennen some breathing room. And actually, every single summoner down on the bot side for Bikini Bottom Boys. Morgana does still have her flash. Black Shield going out just in case. Although these guys look very dead. Good rotation from Bikini Bottom Boys here. And that Morgana will be chased down as well.
They
Give it
made
over to Ezreal.
Ooh, good close on this. Good rotations, good communication.
And Thresh does start rotating up. Presumably to get some more vision control. Cosmos is waiting right there. He sees both of them. And he's gonna back off just a little bit.
Ezreal threw out a wave clearing ult. Try to get more pressure on the turret.
And Sion's back in the top lane, just farming up that CS lead. No, actually, he's down.
He has a big wave crashing into him though. Yeah, Sion just does not take a whole lot of damage from Kennen. Kennen may need some help taking him down.
The early Merc Treads from Sion into another Null Magic Mantle is going to keep him relatively comfortable in this lane. At least for the time being. And Sion is above 100 CS, first person in the game.
Yeah, exceptional farm on his part. Over 100, almost 110 at 12 minutes. Almost 13. Ezreal down there stacking his mirror mana.
And Galio does manage to clip him with the edge of that taunt. However, Chase is just going to knock him back and walk away.
Good job on his part for knowing the range. Gets a good heavy trade-off in his favor.
And that is going to open up the Dragon.
It looks like the whole team is rotating down for Dragon.
Yep. Should be for LOLCAT Nunchucks. They should just give this over. Yep, they're going to just give it over. Ken is finally managing to try to catch up to Sion again. And despite that early pressure from Galio, he is out of cooldowns now and has to flash away from the Jace. If Jace had ignited there, actually Jace would have secured that kill, I believe.
Good trade on his part. He knew if he kept pushing on, he could keep trading into it. Drop the flash. I think that's worth it. He does have to be careful though. Kha'Zix's peeking around the corner here. But
and Kha'Zix's flash secures the kill. I've been very impressed by Baby Powder today.
Yeah, great showing on his part. Always there for the rotations. Always deploying opportunities.
Rawfish is destroying both the enemy mid laner and the jungle now.
He knows his taunt range very well. Just barely clipping both Jace and Elise back to back.
Sion doesn't even care about the turret damage. He just wants to trade onto Cannon. Cannon is really trying to keep that turret safe.
And despite the kill lead slightly in Bikini Bottom Boy's favor, LOLCAT Nunchuck has about a 400 gold lead at this state of the game.
Ooh, a little bit of BM there. They did ping out the Kazakhs, they know he's there. They might give him the top tower. Not much that Cannon can do there.
Yeah, just walk away, fight another day.
And Kazakhs is going to try to steal away the blue. They are going to go engage on this.
Elise flashes away,
Here
trying to
comes
save
the
himself.
flank from Cannon. Elise is coming back in. Oh, they did manage to take out the Jace. They managed to take out the Kazakhs. And they are going to take out the Elise as well.
Oh, so
Meanwhile, in
close.
top lane. Really
LOLCAT
strong.
Nunchuck wins top side, Bikini Bottom Boys wins bottom side.
Really strong showing from Bikini Bottom Boys bot side here. That Ezreal is going to turn into kind of a scary force to deal with later on in this game, as he does have quite a lead over the Caitlyn. 1100 gold lead just in the ADC difference right there.
Yeah, the 6 kill Ezreal, stacking Mare Mana.
He's just throwing out spells just for the stacks right now.
Oh, he just completed his item at 16 minutes. That is an incredible pace to get that.
And he's actually
back
got
to
2 items.
Iceborne Gauntlet. Ooh, Ezreal may be a problem. If they cannot close out and catch up with Ezreal with that Iceborne Gauntlet, this may be a long game for the Tim.
I think this is going to be a longer game, Facebreaker.
It's looking like it. This is looking like a good game here. Much closer than our previous games. Very close gold lead here.
With Ezreal being ahead too, that is kind of the key thing that they need. They need the Ezreal ahead in order for Jace and the Cannon to work off in the side lanes.
I think Ezreal definitely needs to build a Way of the Root
they have,
King.
yes, for sure. There's no other way he's going to get through that Scion.
Yeah, that Sion's going to be a big meaty boy here pretty soon.
And they have rotated Jace to the side lane here, and Ezreal to the mid lane. So they are looking to get that split pressure.
Yeah, flexing that gold lead with the Ezreal mid.
The hook connects, however, Black Shield manages to keep Morgana safe. She just walks right out. The division is still fairly competitive too. It's pretty far up for both teams. LOLCAT Nunchucks does actually have a ward in that bush right there. Oh wow! She was
Holy.
just popped.
Extremely clean combo on the Ezreal, finishing off that Caitlyn in a blink of an eye. Caitlyn could not see that coming.
The Scion's coming in from behind. They want to fight. The Cannon saw it. He intercepted. He is not going to let that Scion in. He's going to have to also keep himself alive. Here comes the Galio onto the Scion, keeping him alive. They are going all out here, despite being a man down. They are not scared at all. They are going for it. They managed to actually, it's a pretty even team fight.
Oh, the Thresh barely misses that hook where they could have potentially confirmed that kill on the Galio. Super close team fights on both sides, playing very well.
And actually, that puts LOLCAT Nunchucks on top because they still have damage alive. They can still kill the dragon. They started that fight 4v5 knowing it was 4v5, and they still come out on top of the objective.
I think it could have been a very bleak team fight for Bikini Bottom Boys if Kennen did not intercept that Scion ult. That was a very good play on his part. I think that saved the team fight.
Unfortunately, it does result in the dragon going over to LOLCAT Nunchucks, but you are correct. That could have been an ace into even more than just a dragon. Heads up play from Kenyot there in the top lane.
Looks like about a 2k gold lead for LOLCAT Nunchuck. So still a very close competitive game. However, they do have 3 dragons to Bikini Bottom's none.
And Taka doing a lot of work to keep them in the game here. Just pressuring the mid lane, trying to get Jace some time, Kennen some time to be in those side lanes. Looks like they are getting set up for a dive here in the mid lane though. We have both Sion and Kha'Zix set up behind the mid tower. This mid tower is going to fall. Taka has to give this up. They have to walk away. Good play from... And that is the second kill where Ezreal full rotations somebody.
This Ezreal really knows his damage output and just goes for it. I respect that. He's playing.
No hesitation, just clean.
Yeah, he's saying, team, hop on my back. I'll carry you to victory. Good
Immediate
hook.
engagement and counter engagement from both teams.
Fantastic
That Caitlyn
hook.
has to run. Oh, he tries, he misses the skill shot. Sion manages to say, nope, you're not getting past me.
That sign is so tanky.
Unfortunately for LOLCAT Nunchucks, I don't know if a tanky Sion is going to be enough to save them from all this poke. He needs a couple more items before he's going to just absorb every skill shot.
Great hook on the Thresh, supplying that whole opportunity there. Good on him.
Honestly, the bot lane from Bikini Bottom Boys has been really keeping them from falling completely behind.
Yeah, for sure. The bot side is playing super well.
And Kennen, despite the trouble he had keeping up with Sion and farm, he has almost caught up. He's only about 11 CS down right now, and he is going to have to be a force to be reckoned with in team fights as well for that counter engage that he has.
True, he supplies so much for team fights.
Basically, Kennen's job is just to keep Ezreal alive.
Yeah, for sure. But he has to be
So far,
careful
he's
that that 5-1 Kha'Zix can still make quick work of Ezreal if left alone.
Got a lot of vision set up here in the river for LOLCAT Nunchucks. They have been staying on top of their vision game. There are 4 pink wards, I believe, out on the map right now by them. Looks like they just moved one. Oh, and Kennen sounds like he just either lost Summoner Spell or gained a Summoner Spell. Not sure what that was.
I believe he exchanged Cleanse for Teleport. Sion's waiting for somebody, but no one is there. He's just wasting time right. He's gonna go back to pushing turret.
We do have the next dragon, the Cloud Drake, up in 39 seconds. And
He's a turret for Sion.
LOLCAT Nunchucks has the vision. They've been doing a fairly good job, actually, of keeping Bikini Bottom Boys' attention split and making somebody respond to the Sion.
I think Bikini Bottom Boys knew that the Dragon was coming, so Kennen switched to Teleport so he can still push wave and participate.
Ooh, and the hook onto the Sion gets some free harass.
That's a good hook, but into Sion, that wall takes a lot more than that to take him down.
Not really the person that you want to hook. No follow-up on the hook. To be expected if you're hooking a Sion. Ooh, that chunk onto the Caitlyn. She wasn't happy with that. She tried to respond. Not nearly as much damage. Sion's coming in from the flank. Kennen's coming in from the flank. Everybody's flanking. The Kennen manages to pick up Morgana. The Kha'Zix is dead. Kha'Zix is still alive. Kha'Zix got somebody.
Hazel's trying to put out damage output, trying to keep up with the rest of the team, but
Unfortunately, Kennen didn't manage to pick up the ADC, so it looks like this one is going to go over to LOLCAT Nunchucks. And this will be the 4th dragon, putting the risk of Elder Dragon on the table. It's going to have to take a miracle from Kennen to steal that.
they gave it a shot, but it might not be
And
worth it here.
Kha'Zix is on the hunt. That Thresh is dead.
Ooh, he almost tried to turn that. Yeah, positive team fight from LOLCAT. Let's see what else they can pull out of here.
Both top laners just trying to get the flank on the other team. Some free damage onto Elise. And basically does not care about anything that she does in return.
Nope. You know, for a tank, Sion does a surprising amount of damage.
I mean, he does have Titanic Hydra, which helps a little bit.
True. And auto attack reset and damage based on his health. Does quite a lot when you're a massive, immovable wall. But it's exactly what they want to avoid. They want to avoid Sion trying to get as big as he is now, but another mountain they have to climb for Bikini Bottom Boys.
Looks like they're starting to move their vision over to Baron. That might be the next objective on the table. Oh, and the stun goes onto Morgana. She does manage to just walk away. Unfortunately, the rest of the team wasn't in place to take advantage of that stun. Oh, lots of stun going on to Jace. Lots of damage.
Morgana landed the binding, but no one's in place to take advantage. See, everyone's just playing their slow game, looking for.
Oh no!
Poison. Oh well, no one's
again.
No one's in place again.
However, them constantly harassing them in the jungle, keeping the Baron threat real, did allow them to pick up the easy mid lane turret. You can see how concerned that Bikini Bottom Boys is with the Baron control. They're trying to get vision. They're trying to claw their way into the jungle safely, but it's really hard against Thresh and the threat of a Sion ulting in your face. Oh, he clips again with he forces the flash out of dog hand on the Elise.
A bit more flop that time, and this time they did get a summoner spell.
Bikini Bottom Boys is going to take that turret, forcing these guys to start the Baron. Oh, gets the lantern for vision. They're not going to fall into that. And that was a good call from. There goes the engage. Kenna's going to ult as a response. Kha'Zix manages to pick off that Elise too quickly. Takes the lantern to his death. Paka's trying desperately to keep the team alive. He's trying to kite them out. He's not going to save the Thresh.
Oh, he's kiting his best though. He's trying, but unfortunately, they just do not have the damage or the follow-up to compete with LOLCAT NUNCHUCKS team comp right here. Such strong engage. Great follow-up on their part too. People almost up. They burn down the Baron.
And that is a pretty free Baron.
Bikini Bottom Boys just want to reset, maybe wait out Baron, play safe. They don't want to fight that team with a Baron buff. That's just too much.
And they're not really playing to their win cons here. They should have Jace pressuring a lane where he can bully somebody. Part of the problem is Sion is too big to bully. And Kha'Zix presents too much of a threat. Kha'Zix is so far ahead.
And Guy doesn't have a little bit of armor either. He's stacking armor. He's got Ninja Tabby and Seekers. Jason to him isn't very fun either. The gold lead is definitely shifting towards LOLCAT NUNCHUCKS' favor. About a 6k gold lead. A little shy.
So how would you come back into this game if you were in Bikini Bottom Boys' shoes? What's the win con for them right now?
Oh man, I mean, a lot of this has to do with a really solid engagement on Cannon's part, and maybe some follow up with Elise Cocoon on a potential carry, and hopefully Ezreal just goes nuts and does as much damage as he could possibly output. He does have Blade of the Rune King, so he should do more damage to the tanks.
Caitlyn, actually, despite her early deaths, has been playing the team fights remarkably well for being behind. She hasn't died in any of the team fights. It's mostly been in the laning phase itself that she's died. She's gotten close, but she's managed to squeak out with just a little bit of health every time.
She's playing very well. She has 2 items right now, 2 good solid items.
They have so many ways to track the brush. Sion, though, doesn't care. Walks out. Doesn't bother him a bit. And that is the Elder going to be going over to... Oh, are they going to look for this?
How this is looking.
Nice sidestep from Thresh. Ooh, hooks in the Sion. That's not who you want, buddy. And they have to run from the Galio as counter engage. There goes the cannon, trying to keep him alive. They managed to kill the Kha'Zix, I believe. Kha'Zix did go down. However, so did Ezreal.
The Elder buff finishing off 3 or 4 people there. Super strong. They're just going in, trying to end this game. They have the power.
Unfortunately for Jace, I don't think he has the wave there to clear the Baron up minions. And he doesn't have the poke to be scary enough to make them stop. They are corralling him onto the fountain.
Yeah, there's no hope. This game goes to LOLCAT Nunchuck. Another great showing on Baby Powder again. He just plays super well, super solid.
Honestly, a solid showing from both teams. Congratulations to LOLCAT Nunchucks. They've got quite a bit of coordination there. Both teams did play well for what they had drafted. The problem with the draft from
Bikini Bottom Boys?
Thank you. Bikini Bottom Boys was that they had drafted a split push comp and then they never followed up on it. And then they had the Kha'Zix to dissuade the split push. They couldn't ever safely split push because the Kha'Zix did get going, did get off the ground, and was the very real threat.
Yeah, I think it's hard to pull off the split push kind of thing when the enemy team is split pushing themselves. They were pushing super hard. That Sion early was just pushing that cannon into his turret constantly all game long. And Galio always had Kha'Zix by his side, ready for the Jace to jump in and wait for a misstep.
Again, well done by both teams. All the players played pretty well, exceptionally even for this game, especially. Like they tried to play the comp and they just couldn't get it off the ground. I would have liked to see if they were trying to really push that comp through. They should have probably drafted with the Kha'Zix in mind, especially if they knew that Baby Powder plays these carry type champions.
That's true. I don't think the cannon was a real answer for this team comp here. You just need someone to match the tank, to match, just I don't know, the front line of them. The
idea was definitely there. The cannon, the idea of cannon has a counter engage, has a flank engage. It was definitely there. It was just a little bit of the execution was not quite on the same level as the other team, and that's where LOLCAT Nunchucks did squeak out with the win. I shouldn't say squeak out. They did take the lead, and it felt like they had command for most of the game.
True. It was a good, solid game throughout. The only real lead happened near the very end, where the final team fight just swept up the Bikini Bottom Boys and just ran over for Elder Dragon just looking to close out the game, and that's exactly what they did. Won the team fight, got Elder, pushed for a super solid team fight, got exactly what they're looking for, and finished off the game.